eating continuously until it's suhoor, you know.
Yeah.
So
this is also, of course, eating this kind. It's related to the subject that Dr. Mona
was
just
talking about.
try to be wise in eating what kind of food you should eat, and this also might, I think, definitely reducing the cost of the grocery with regard to the supermarket.
Because a lot of things, as well, doctor, when we buy so many things from the supermarket or the grocery store, wherever it is, and you're buying excess, not always. There are a lot of things that I'm sure everybody can relate to this, is that sometimes you don't even buy or you don't use something that you've bought. All of a sudden, you find it 6 months or a year later, oh, look what we have, let's see, and it's like expired, you know. So it's something that because you really didn't need it. Therefore, it just stayed there for a while until you threw it away.
That's
so it was
true.
a waste of money.
That's true. People should always, as I said earlier, think before they buy. Whenever you'd like to buy, to take this product from the shelf, think a little bit, just for a second. Do you really need it? Do you really need it now or after a month or so? If you need it after a month, just leave it and come after a month and pick it up.
But some people say, doctor, that, oh, I should take advantage. There's a sale now, so I'll buy it. They don't need it, but they're going to buy it because it's on sale.
Yeah, but the merchants in general do many things to attract the people. Sometimes it looks that there is a discount in the product, but if you think it more carefully, it is not. There is no actually a discount. It's playing in figures. For instance, if I say that the product is 190 fils, 190 fils, people will say, oh, this is very cheap. It's not like if you put 200 fils, for instance. And besides, sometimes even if the price is encouraging, you don't need it. Why buying it? I know the price is extremely nice and encouraging, but you don't need it. So you go with either you need it or not, not just because the price is right. This is also another thing that people should know about that.
Really?
And eventually, you are the one who are spending this money. And you have a fixed amount, of a salary or whatever. So you have to go with your budget. Try to live nice without raising your debt and without having difficulty in the future, and try to survive at least to the end of the month without having difficulties with regarding to the necessity things.
That's true. And doctor, there are also a few other things, maybe also things that do take place during the holy month of Ramadan, whether it's people always, let's say, buying fruit from outside, whether it's also other issues, whether it's having to go out every day and spending every day or buying gifts, etc. But we're going to go for a break and talk about that after we go and check out our cooking segment. See, we're trying to teach people how to cook at home.
Okay.
It's cheaper that way instead of buying from a restaurant. So we're going to go and join Chef Jose and see what he has lined up for us this week right here on Collage.
All right.
Assalamu alaikum, Ramadan Kareem. Today we want to cook something very, very special. It is couscous with the chicken. This is one traditional style we do it in my house. It's very, very easy, very nice to prepare. The ingredients we have the couscous, onion, paprika, turmeric, cardamom, chili, ginger, and cumin, raisin, and sugar, and cheese piece. And for the vegetable, I have already cooking zucchini, potatoes, and carrots. This is one very, very simple couscous. You can make it with fish, you can make it with lamb, with beef, any kind. I add the onion, and I let cook slowly, slowly. The next we have is the chicken. The chicken I want to cut because I see it's very big. I want to cut. This one they can do it the butcher in the shop for you. And it's so simple. I want to put salt, little more, pepper. This is paprika, turmeric, cardamom, chili, ginger, and cumin. And what I want to do is to put little paprika, turmeric, 1 big spoon, cardamom, half a spoon. Chili depends on you like it. You like it more hara, more spicy, you can put more. But I want to put only half a spoon. Ginger, 1. And cumin, 1.5. I like the flavor of the cumin. All this one, we mix all together. Bam. All right, we have the cheese piece, we have the raisin, we have the sugar. One time is the chicken. It's already sauteed with the onion. We add 1 spoon of sugar. We add the raisin and our beautiful chicken stock already here boiled. Our chicken is on the fire, already cooked, already start to cook. I want to add also the cheese piece. The cheese piece, you know, the day before we kept in the water, and we add in the last moment for this one I add around 100 grams, 150 grams. We have here the chicken stock and we have here the couscous. I want to do is very, very hot and boiled chicken stock, and I want to add the same quantity of chicken stock and the couscous. Same quantity. We want to put the couscous. It's already cooked. Should be more dry, the couscous, but I like it very, very soggy and very buttered with butter. The chicken is already cooked. I put out the chicken with the cheese piece, the onion, all the sauce. It's fantastic. And now what I want to do is the vegetables. I have some potatoes, some carrot, and zucchini. And I want to garnish here, here. I have here some sauce and cheese piece, and I want to put here. And you go to the table and you have your chicken couscous and with vegetables and salad.
Thank you to Chef Jose. And before we go and take a look at the dish that Chef Jose had lined up for us, Doctor, you know, we were saying something. Maybe while Chef Jose was also cooking, we were saying that how that food that cooked at home with care and with attention and with love, because you're cooking for your family, you're cooking for your friends, you pay more attention to it. And it definitely is better because you know what you're putting into your food.
Yeah,
you know
healthier.
the, yeah, exactly. And of course, at the end of the day, it's much cheaper and much nicer. So why should we all go and buy things from restaurants okay, in order to, yes, today my ghabga is from here, or my suhoor is from there, or my breaking fast is from there, you know, so it's also a problem.
I think that because the children used to that, and this is also our fault, because we raise them that they always buy fast food. Sometimes you have everything at the house. You can cook whatever they have in the restaurant or the fast food and better, but because we raise our children wrongly, that they, you know, we encourage them to buy fast food. And this is also, of course, as you said, it's more expensive than the one you prepare at home.
That's true. I think, Doctor, if every family, maybe while they're sitting right now and watching us, calculate or start from today, and they start calculating how much they spend on food from outside the house, whether it's fast food, restaurants, dining out, lunch, dinner, breakfast. Some people go out for breakfast. Yeah. Their coffees that they have outside the house. If they start calculating that, they'll find that they spent a lot of money at the end of the month.
That's
and
true.
when I say a lot, I mean it's a lot, because you know it happens to me when you keep spending, if you like calculate it, and there are definitely ways to avoid that as well.
I think it might reach to 3 times than they spent in the supermarket, or 4 times, because of course the food from buying food from outside or drinking coffee or whatever, very much expensive than the one you buy from the supermarket. Definitely, you're right. Yeah.
That's true. Well, Doctor, I believe right now we're going to focus on some points that are very important regarding this topic.
Yeah, we will talk a little bit about how to control this spending wheel. First of all, any person should live with his income. Try to live with your income. Try to set your life regarding to spending on your amount of income.
Okay. Not
to exceed that. Even if you have credit cards, you will pay in the credit cards, and eventually you have to pay it from your next month. So you will be short next month. The other issue, try to place your needs above your wants. The necessity things, not the luxury things. Also, many people lose focus on that. Sometimes they buy, you know, expensive or big TV, and they really don't have the proper car with air conditioning.
So it's priorities, maybe,
Yeah.
to try to set their priorities straight as well.
Yeah. A third thing is try to, even if you don't have a plan now, try to set amount of money for planning ahead, for emergency. You never know. It is always better to have some money for emergencies. You definitely need it, but you never know. So try to save some amount of money for this kind of emergencies.
Like, let's say for a rainy day, as they say. Some people use the term, you know, you save the money for a rainy day, which is, of course, a rainy day is like a bad day. So in order to, if something does happen, you can fall on something instead of going into debt by taking a loan or something.
That's true, yeah. Another thing is try to save for things that you want. Sometimes you have things to do in the future. For instance, if you'd like to change the furniture of the living room, okay, it is now okay, but you are thinking really to change it in the near future. So try to save some money. When you have it, you buy a new set for the living room. For
so you can gradually do it. Maybe if each month they take away X amount of money from their salary, saying that this is for this specific thing that we want to do, then it won't really hurt them at the end. If it's a small amount, on several months, and then
Yeah.
they have the complete money for it, then they can just buy it without going into debt again or using their credit cards or something else.
That's true. And in general, try to teach your children, your wife, your maid, try to spend more wisely in everything, in all items. This is, many people, you know, just ignore that. It's very important that you teach your children how to spend wisely, even in his pocket money. This in the future will lead that he'll be more, you know, better than you, and setting his budget more wisely. And of course, if you can, try to, you know, teach your children, especially the right way, and spending your money, not the way you raised, because the way we raised is
not necessarily
unfortunately,
right.
it's not right at all, in fact. So by raising your children and teach them the right way in spending and how to live in a better life, you know, insist that it is better to live without debt. It's better to live without debt. It's not good to buy something and try to pay for it in the next month. This is not right. If you have the money, if you can be patient a little bit and wait maybe a couple of months, then you buy it in cash, you will be better off than pay for it in installment and with the interest, and
But doctor,
it's a circle.
that's true, but some people can tell you that, okay, if I receive at the end of the month, let's say X amount of money, and I need to buy a car, but I can't buy a car cash because I don't have any savings, and let's say the car itself costs my salary, which is X multiplied by God knows how much, you know, even if it's still a cheap car, not very expensive, but they still can't afford to pay for it cash. So what would you advise them to do in a case like this, for instance?
Yeah, I think I would advise them to buy a used car. Try to search around and find the right car with the budget you set for buying the car. I will never, you know,
Tell them take installments.
no way,
Never.
no way.
Okay.
Even, you know, I was, you know, in installment for a lot of things, but this is not right.
Okay.
And to live without anybody deducting from your salary,
Right.
and enjoying your life, it's a completely different vision or view.
Of course.
It is not right that you live a wonderful life or a luxurious life, but everyone
Wants money from you.
yes, you have a very nice building or very nice house with an excellent furniture, but everything you have to pay for every single thing.
That's true.
And just have a very little, or in fact you have to borrow to live your life, to eat and drink. This is not right at all.
That's true. That's true, doctor, and I'm sure this is something that a lot of people complain about all the time, which is what can we do? What can we do? It's always what can we do, but the solution is in their hands. So
Yes,
they need to change their concept a little bit.
Yes, if they have a guts, they could do it. It's not something difficult. I mean, if a person used to, I have to buy a new car, okay, try to buy a used car, a decent used car. If a person used to live, spend a lot of money, try to control yourself, to live better life, to enjoy life, because living in debt is not a life, in fact. It's like death.
Exactly. So death, they sound the same, and they're the same in a way, one way or another. Well, doctor, it was really great to have you once again on Collage. You know, your advice is always very valuable to our viewers. We hope that they can gain from the advice that you give us. Maybe they can start thinking again, reevaluating their life, reevaluating the way they spend, and know that it has to start from the way of thinking.
Yeah, I think at least they should try. Try and see the effect and the results. You'll be surprised.
Okay. And if anybody has any questions for Dr. Haydar or would like to seek his advice, you can always send us an email right here on Collage, and we'll be more than happy to pass on the email message to Dr. Haydar.
Yeah,
Dr. Haydar, do you have any last words for our viewers?
I think whenever a person listen to advice, if it's, inshallah, it's an advice, they should consider it and use it. They say always observation without application is very frustrating. So if you listen to something or you see something that is good, the real benefit get out of that is practice it, apply it. Otherwise it will be just, unfortunately, it's a waste of time.
Of course. So everybody that's sitting right now and watching us and nodding their heads, don't just nod your head, do something about it.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. Well, once again, Doctor, we'd like to thank you, and we'd also like to give them advice. Everyone, Eid is coming up, and a lot of ideas have to be given out, so save for it from now.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you very much.
Well, dear viewers, once again, we would like to thank Dr. Haydar Al-Haddad, Assistant Professor at the Business Studies College in the Management Department, for being with us right here on Collage. We're now going to move on to another one of the great places where you can visit right here in the state of Kuwait. Kuwait has a lot of beautiful places, and today we're taking you to the Yacht Club, so stay tuned. The Yacht Club is considered one of the most important specialized clubs in the Arabian Gulf for yachts and boats. It's situated on the Arabian Gulf Avenue in Al Shamia district next to Al-Sha'ab Sea Club. It was inaugurated on February 1988, and it is 2,250 square meters. It includes 120,000 square meters of anchorage and capacity of 390 boats of different sizes, no less than 25 feet. The club works on membership basis. A specialized workshop for 3 qualified companies offer all the services related to maintenance for the boats. A big reception hall, Diwania, for members. A gas station, games and conference halls, a prayer hall for men, and a center for marine survey. The club also includes a public slipway, Al-Sha'ab slipway, that could be used for a daily fee of 1 KD. Special activities at the Yacht Club. The club holds an annual exhibit for boat and marine equipments. Also, the club organizes championships for speedboats. you.